Hello, it's your boy James here. I wanted to make another YouTube video spontaneously. I want to do a review today about the YouTuber and professional life coach known as Brendon Burchard. And part of why I'm doing this is actually because I try to find this type of review, because I feel like for most famous people, most successful people who have public presences on the internet, you can find like critic videos. And I gotta say, like, I actually do often enjoy the critic videos. It's like its own mega genre of YouTube is like YouTuber X calling out YouTuber Y. Say like, oh, this guy, he's a liar, he's a scammer, or there's something wrong with this other person on YouTube, or this other person in the world, or this company, or whatever. Criticism is a huge part of the economy, the content economy. So, but if you try to find someone criticizing Brendon Burchard, you may not find it. You may not find it, which is very strange. I mean, now in case you don't know, he's been Brendon Burchard is a very successful life coach. So he is working with apparently some of the most wealthy and famous people in the world, and he's making YouTube videos, and he's uploading YouTube videos, and then I feel like he doesn't actually care about getting very high views on his YouTube videos. I think he's okay with just getting tens of thousands of views on most of his videos, at least anything recent. I think what he's doing is he is recording basically like short presentations for online meetings, and also content from his online courses, like snippets, and then he's oftentimes just compiling them or just publishing short videos. So he probably has an assistant congregating the content into chunks, and then re-uploading that as content. And then as for the content itself, I think a lot of it is like generic. So if you look at a YouTuber like Hamza Ahmed or Rob Mulder, these two guys, for example, focus on young men. So young men as a demographic, they tend to have particular types of problems, and then you can speak about them in a certain way, or you can speak to that audience in a more specific way, like, oh, young men, they're lonely, they're playing too many video games, they're looking at bad stuff on the internet, and they're not working hard enough, they don't have enough money. So you can focus in on problems that tend to be, in terminology, it's more specific to young men. But Brendon Burchard here, he seems to almost not even have like a focused, super specific demographic at all. The way he speaks, so the way his content is basically designed, is meant mainly, it might be like slightly more for men than for women, but it's more like 60-40. So if anything, so the way he's created his content is split for men and women together. And with that being the case, it doesn't feel like super like targeted to me. So whether you're a man or a woman, you would not feel that it's targeted to you as a man or a woman. And I think also he varies in terms of people's careers that he's speaking to and their age ranges. And so he's often speaking in terms of like very general categories of like how to follow your dreams, how to be a leader, how to handle conflict, how to handle loss. These are very general categories. And then the things he's saying are oftentimes not very specific, or the entire like vibe or feeling or aesthetic of it is something I oftentimes associate with like maybe highly functioning corporate people. And I think me or a lot of people have some type of like unconscious repulsion to that aesthetic. But I will say for Brendon specifically, there is still appeal in his content. So he is a very positive person. It's like somehow he can manage to keep smiling, like through an entire video. He can just smile in every video. And so like if I need like direct positivity in my energy, if I like need to make myself feel happy, or at least present the show of happiness to like a client on short notice, one of the best things I can do is to start watching a Brendon Burchard video, because somehow, I mean, he even says like he is intentionally smiling, he's intentionally like making himself happy, and he says like he's an intentional goal of bringing joy into situations. And then so even if his advice might be generic or intended for like a demographic that's different from yours, I think the content can still be useful. And so if I had to be critical at all, it just would be on those points of it just kind of being generic content. It might feel a little shallow. Oftentimes when I'm listening to it, I feel like it just flows right through me. He's oftentimes using analogies and stuff like that, or emotional language, or just rephrasing things. But it's not like adding too much information, but that's okay. You know, functionally, it's still useful. I would say for most, no matter what kind of person you are, I would not exclusively depend on Brendon Burchard to be your life coach, or your YouTuber of choice, or your only YouTuber, but I would say he can be a useful source of information and positivity in your internet content life. Alright, so if you like that review, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Help support the channel. This is James. See you later.